Trippie Redd's Pepe Lit on St. Michael V2 was an absolute travesty, and let me tell you why. So, the first 22 seconds are this sample that starts empty with a synth underneath and then builds into a more active beat with repetitive percussive elements, and then letting Trippie Redd land in with a nice flow at the very beginning. So from 23 seconds to about 35, you hear Trippie Redd being really consistent over the beat and creating good material. This is where it goes wrong. Trippie Redd from 35 seconds in to 58 seconds in says the same word as a percussive element the entire time. And if you want to go listen, it's this lit feature that is really terrible. And by feature, I mean a feature in the music, not a feature as a person in the music. This element could be observed as, like I said, a percussive feature where he's using the rhythm of the triplets at the end, like the lit to push forward into the next line. I said triplets, they're not necessarily that, but anyway, as something to push forward in the music. Unfortunately, it is done horrendously. For some of those elements, you can use them as a quick section in between phrases and lets the music feel smooth and flowing, but this feels like a standstill for half a minute almost. And that just really ruins what he had set up before, where it was a nice build up into nice lyricism. And you would expect it to keep going, because if that energy was to keep going, it would be an enjoyable song that doesn't feel like it stops. But it goes on for so long that you just sit there listening to it and you're stunned at the fact that there's nothing else happening. It's not active enough, and the sample isn't good enough to just let you disguise or hide this element. After this 30 seconds of wasting your time, Trippie Redd then goes to some more monotone vocals versus the active sample underneath, which is really nice. I like the contrast that him not going too far into his high range on some of the albums. Like, that's great. But with the monotone vocals, it stands out really well because of the beat that's underneath, which I think was a nice touch added in. Unfortunately, he does this with really simple bars that are lackluster and boring. If you look, they are very one-dimensional bars. I'll include some in the description. They're just not involved enough for it to be an enjoyable listen, because once again, we have monotone vocals, so there's not much to listen to there, and an active sample. So with the sample being so active at the beginning, you already get to listen to it and understand what's going on and be excited about that. You are not able to do that for the entire 3-minute song. It just won't work. There's not enough material. So then you would capitalize on the nice feature and the monotone vocals by adding, like, supplementing with more involved bars, maybe some double entendres, but there just aren't. There's not enough material there to enjoy the song. So after 35 seconds through the 58 section, it just gets boring, and especially after that 30 seconds of him saying lit, you would expect there to be more material for you to enjoy. Unfortunately, you do not. I think that this song was a very big missed opportunity for Trippie Redd to do something really cool with that sample. And if you look at songs, this song makes me think about the other song, I Miss the Ridge, where Mario Judah is on it, but this done poorly. That sample from I Miss the Ridge was huge. It was all over TikTok, all over different media, and it was executed well because there was a simple beat with simple vocals over it that were repetitive. It feels like over this sample, Trippie Redd went for that with this lit part and fell face first, where it could have been something that you glided on for 10 seconds and enjoyed pushing into another high point of lyricism and solid bars, but it was not. So the reasons I think that the song was just an unfortunate scenario is because the potential that everyone can feel is there with this sample was almost wasted. I'm not saying it's the worst song on the project, and I'm not saying it's the worst song in existence. I am saying that the song had much higher potential than what it lived up to, and it's very unfortunate because I also believe that Trippie Redd as an artist could have excelled on this track if he was to continue the first 30 seconds, which are proof of his ability to have done this track justice. So thanks for listening to my opinion on the song. Leave your thoughts below. Peace.